And welcome back, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you all for taking the time to join me today. So, we're just going to cut to the quick today. Today is the 3rd. Should be the 3rd. No, it's the 2nd. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. February 2nd. But the important part is that we just passed through and are still in the Leo full moon energy. Gotta say, Leos aren't too terribly bad. Can kind of lead, kind of like Aries, kind of lead with their heads, but not really. Not bashing Leos. Sorry, don't mind me. I know a few Leos. They are very, do what I want. But we're going to take a look and see what that energy holds. So as always, take what resonates, leave what does not. This can be about courage. This can be about strength. You could be a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be influenced by this energy. You could be a messenger of this energy for someone else. As you can tell, I'm feeling a lot better. Friday of last week, it was just too much. I couldn't breathe. I sounded like Squidward. It was not a good thing. It was not a good thing at all. So, but I am feeling much better. I can breathe through my nose again. So, it's wonderful. Underneath, we have Observer. Past energy, we have Not For You. And future energy, we have Breathe. Okay. What does the underneath have to say? What does the flip side of this coin? Cosmos under the table. Not For You, Observer, and Breathe. It's almost like with the top energy, I'm seeing a barrier, kind of like a dog, right? How a dog is inside the fence and he's trying to chase something back and forth and he can't get to it, so they're super excited. Kind of like the mailman. The mailman is not for the dog. The mailman is not for the dog, but the dog wants the mailman anyway, right? I'm not going to say it's a holding area per se. Underneath we have Power. Past energy, we have Surrender. And future energy, we have the Outlaw. So I feel like with this energy, you are trying to do things your own way, much like the Leos that I know. We are touching base with this Leo energy today. We do have the Ace of Wands here. So I do feel like it's very inspired. It's very passion-driven. But it's almost like I'm almost getting this energy of it's not for you right now. Okay? It's not for you right now. I don't think that it's completely not for you. With the Surrender, the Power, and the Outlaw. With the Not For You and Surrender, I feel like there's a time and place for everything with this. With the Observer and Power, you know, this is time for you to recollect your energy, recollect your power, plan accordingly. And then we have Breathe and the Outlaw. It's almost, now I'm seeing the Wicked. How they're not supposed to go to the Ozdust. And then they sneak out anyway. It's almost like the way forward that is, because, you know, most times, the going back to the dog analogy, there's a gate, right? And the gate opens to let the dog out, right? And it's almost like the traditional way of you being, you know, released from this energy is not necessarily the way that you go. So essentially, you are in an area where you're trying to get out. If you're in a room and a door, there's a door and a window, right? Most people would try and go through the door. What if your way out is the window? That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's kind of what this energy feels like to me. Let's see what the tarot has to say. We have the Seven of Pentacles. See, that's kind of that waiting energy. The Knight of Cups. The Temperance energy. and the Eight of Wands. So you do have messages coming in. With this Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, we will take a look at this message. But right now, I do feel as though the point of all of this is to really reflect on how far you've come and to really put yourself back into kind of like a balanced area with this Temperance. Really put some balance into you. That's the underneath. That's what maybe you don't see coming. Again, we will take a look at these messages that are coming in. So there are choices here. Judgment, Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Some confusion, not really knowing which way to go. Grounding this energy is the Three of Cups. Guiding this energy is the Ace of Cups. There's another ace. King of Pentacles. Future energy is the Ten of Cups. Hermit, Nine of Wands. See, there's that release of the Eight of Swords, and the outcome is the Four of Swords. So I do see a break in this energy. I do. I really do see a break in this energy. I love this. I love how this shows up. Hermit, Nine of Wands, Eight of Swords. So in the motion of it all towards the outcome, I do see, you shining a light, learning new things, the Hermit, that's Virgo energy. And here you are being released from kind of the fenced-in area that you are in. Because here that is, the Eight of Swords. So here's that release. I love this. I love that. But there seems to be messages coming in, and I love how we have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So that message does come in for you. And it does help guide this energy. And then we have the Judgment energy. So let's take a look at this message first. What is this message? Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Death. There is more work in this area that you have to do. Eight of Pentacles, physical work. There is more work that you need to do. And there's a lesson here that needs to come in. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I love how they're going right at each other. It's almost like they're meeting in the middle. And then we have Death. So there is an ending here. And it's almost, it's got that energy of the reason why you're in this area is because you do need to surrender. And I feel like it's a surrendering of the past. We had the Six of Cups underneath here earlier. I don't know where that ran off to. I saw the Six of Cups while I was shuffling. So it could very well be, releasing yourself from, the past that you've been holding on to. Or, maybe past expectations of how something is supposed to look or how you're supposed to move forward. Because that can kind of kill, how you move forward. Now I have Cinderella 2 going through my mind. How, the snobby lady, what's her name? Prudence? Is her name Prudence? Anyway, I see her face. She's always telling Cinderella it simply isn't done this way. Which was the end of that movie. It's been out for a while, so if you haven't seen it, spoilers. But she essentially tells her, maybe it's time we try something new. We're going to try this my way. And that's what I feel like this energy is, you are, right now you are Prudence. Saying, well, it's simply not done that way. I don't want to go through the window. I don't want to have to do that. But the way that you've been doing things has led you to this point, right? It's led you to this fenced-in yard, this room with a door and a window. The door doesn't work. The gate doesn't open. So how are you going to get out of this energy? How are you going to get out of this spot? And I feel like the way out is something a little unconventional. It's okay to do things unconventionally. I had a psych class in high school, and we were given tasks to do. And it actually got so bad that emails went out from the teachers. Emails went out from the teachers that if we were in the psych class, we were no longer allowed to break social norms. And what that is You know, most people eat pizza with their hands. It was to eat pizza with a knife and fork. Or while you were talking to somebody, you were supposed to look at the ceiling and talk to them instead of making eye contact. It was a bunch of breaking social norms. What was another one? I mean, they were so fun to do because it confused people so much. And it finally got to the point where emails did go out and they're like, hey, your classes need to knock it off. And the teacher finally told us, they're like, all right, enough. You can do it in this class, but not in other classes. But again, it goes back to the unconventional. Just because it's outside of social norms or just because it's outside of what you would normally do doesn't necessarily make it wrong. It just makes it different. And that's what I feel like is being driven home here, especially with this outlaw. This outlaw energy is kind of break the rules a little bit. Do things differently. So what is this choice? What is this choice? 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You need to come in from the cold from this energy. From this, and it could be a person, it could be a situation, something that you moved away from. It may have been a tricky situation with the 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You could have been dealing with people that were lying, or a situation as a whole that was just a giant lie. Somebody trying to pull the wool over your eyes. That's kind of what that feels like. Are you going to talk to me? What? He hopped at me and went to open his mouth. What? Are you talking to me? Well, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Yeah, hi. Yes. Say hello to the world of YouTube, Mr. Cosmo. Yes, and I will get to that. Thank you. But this energy you need to move away from. And that's, again, kind of what I was talking about earlier, how you need to come in from the cold of these situations that have got you to this point. Yeah. You tell him, Cosmo. Yes, hi. All right. All right. So, the one that I haven't really touched on is this 3 of Cups down here. The 3 of Cups here, you know, are things coming together. And things did come together, right? They did come together to get you to this point. And now that you're here, yeah, yes, absolutely, yes. Things came together in a traditional way. The Hierophant, the Star, the 5 of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. But I feel like it created conflict, 5 of Wands, with you and with other people, or with you and this energy. And the whole point of Leo energy is to be courageous, to take a leap, to have that strength. Again, the Leo that I know, the Leo that I know is completely unconventional. Completely unconventional. Yes. Did you hear that? Did you hear him talk to me? He does things in his own way. No matter what. No matter what. He does things in his own way. And I feel like, you know, you may have been doing things a traditional way on, you know, maybe appeasing other people, or now I've got Cinderella going through my mind again, but it's the live action. Just because it's what's done doesn't mean it's what should be done, right? And I feel like that is kind of the takeaway from this. Is just because things have been done a certain way, or you've been doing things a certain way for a while, doesn't necessarily mean that that's the path forward. And it's really hard. It's really hard to break those kinds of habits. 4 of Swords. Empress. Love it. Empress. There's the Ace of Wands again. It's time to get inspired. Moon. Oh yeah. And the Chariot. That is how you're going to succeed. Is being inspired. There's the Queen of Swords again. Can't get rid of her. Become inspired. Really go inside of yourself with the Empress and the Moon. Really listen to your intuition. Because your intuition is run by feeling. But I feel as though that within your intuition, within your own inner voice, is going to have that answer for you. Back to the room analogy with the door and the window. It's almost like, I need to go through this door. You're telling yourself, I need to go through this door. What? What? Will you tell him? What? What? Dad, I'll get your toys here in just a minute. Don't get sassy. Don't get sassy. But you're telling yourself you need to go through this door, right? And that little voice inside of you is like, well, if the door doesn't open, we can go through the window. We can go through the window. And you're like, no, that's ridiculous. Nobody climbs through windows. Nobody climbs through windows. Cosmopolitan. Stop it. Stop it. That's almost done. Grumpy Pants. Grumpy Pants. That's almost done. Welcome to my world. Anyway, the little voice inside of you is like, go through the window. Nothing's stopping you. What? He wants attention. I know you want attention. I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the people. You're literally derailing the last 3 minutes of this. Come here. Come on. Uncle Sassy, come here. Come here. No. Hold your attitude for 3 minutes. Can you do that? 3 minutes. The little voice inside of you is telling you to go through the window. And the normal voice. Do you want to finish this for me? All right, then you tell him. You tell him. And the bigger voice inside of you, the conscious voice, is saying, well, that's not how things are done. You don't climb through windows unless you're breaking in, right? Can I help you? But that little voice is telling you to go through the window. And I'm telling you to go through the window. Because it's the only way you're going to get out of this room. Is to do things unconventionally. Oh my goodness. Anything else? 2 of Cups. 6 of Wands. King of Wands. And the 4 of Pentacles. There are good things, yeah, with the Tower underneath. Libra energy of justice and the 2 of Swords. There is good things on the other side of this. But this is kind of a test for you. This is a test on whether or not you are willing to go through the window. Okay? Whether you are willing to step out of your comfort zone and do things unconventionally, or if you are going to stick to the status quo. And I feel like the whole point of this energy right now is to break the status quo. See, was that so hard? We have, what is it, 3 out of the 4 knights? What's the knight that is missing? Cups, Swords, Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. But we have the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like the inspiration isn't coming from outside, it's coming from inside of you. But the understanding may be coming from a different source. Could be me, could be somebody else. Whatever the case may be. Zodiac signs that I see. And we have quite a few here scattered across the table. We've got Scorpio, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo. I'll also walk away with Gemini. Virgo, Gemini. Cancer, more Cancer. Libra, Taurus, Sag. I knew I was missing one. Sag. So Scorpio, Sag, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, Libra, Taurus. That is what I see. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, your company is well appreciated. And if this helped you, leave a like, leave a comment. I read every one of them. So, but that's what I have. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again later. Bye, guys.